Righty.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Touching down on a cloud. Your landing skills never cease to
Our freight is about 2 hours.
Hold it. By order of Marshal Daniel Blake, I need to inform you we've got some trouble at Gal Bank. Folks might be in danger, so you may want to steer clear.
Don't tell me someone got the drop on you guys again.
Hey, you need to show a little respect.
Look, no offense. It just seems like there's always some kind of trouble here. Rise of a free society, I guess.
Well, all I know is there was an attempted bank robbery and things went sideways. You'd have to ask the Marshal if you want the whole story. Not usually, but he took charge of the situation because the bank robbers are part of the Shaw gang. The Marshal's had a lot of experience dealing with the gang, so he's calling the shots. It's just behind me on the right. The place is on lockdown, so you should steer clear unless you can help out. I guess that'd be the Marshal's call. Frankly, it ain't going well. Looks to be a stalemate. Maybe a little outside help will do some good.
Gila City. Looks like a quaint town, but it's got problems as well. Big as any other city.
Planning to tell me your demands at some point?
You find someone we can trust, and maybe we will.
I heard Mr. Wright's gonna be looking for an
Not you.
apprentice.
Not one of your rangers. And I mean city guards, please.
There's not enough to do around here.
So
The
we had to
UC
clean up
can't
the
be
graffiti
that
on
bad,
Range.
can it?
Why don't we just close it down? It's not like it gets much use.
I need some place to put the prototypes through their paces. It stays.
But you know Stretch Trash will come back and loiter. Or worse.
Let them. A few beer bottles and graffiti is the least we owe them.
Yes,
We'd
Miss
want to steer
Banks.
clear of the stretch. Lots of crime over there.
I think you'll find that we carry fine weapons of all. Indeed. As a matter of fact, they're made in this very building. You're standing in the storefront of the Laredo Firearms Factory. I designed and manufactured every firearm for sale here. As such, I can offer you my personal assurance they're of the highest quality. When a CEO distances herself from the customers, her decision-making suffers. Here I get to see what matters, What sells, what doesn't, and why. It's invaluable. Plus, it's better than the endless meetings. Let's get you set up.
Jussie, talk to Miss Lance if you want to make a purchase. Miss Lance is the one you want to speak to.
If you need help, Miss Lance is just downstairs. I don't think we typically allow customers.
Aquila's one of the oldest cities in the settled systems.
Hey, you might want this. I imagine the pile of debris and remains from the city has started to build up in the ocean below the city. Maybe one day it will breach the surface like a conglomerate garbage item.
I was hoping you'd show up soon. Is it done? If you've got some morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you. And the truth is, in this industry, this is about as fair as it gets. Laredo is far from squeaky clean, and believe me, we've got our own eyes out for their moves as well. Now, I think it's time to examine a different set of skills. We expect our employees to self-manage when it comes to breaks. I recommend taking a moment whenever you feel that stress may be getting the better of you. Just be mindful of your time. This job requires a clear head. Nice to see I haven't worn you out yet. Your next assignment is to find a security chief and use some creative thinking to obtain their security keycard. And when I say creative, I don't mean with a weapon. Either look the part and be persuasive, or be quick with your hands. We just need some easy access to competitor security. Sometimes obtaining a legitimate form of access is preferred over brute forcing it. A security chief isn't going to give the time of day to just anybody. A nice suit should do the trick. Or, who knows, some operatives are known to have a security guard uniform or two in their closet they can rely on. Just be careful. Getting caught could mean a mess, and cleanup isn't cheap. Good luck. I'm sure you'll be able to get that keycard without incident. Just remember, if anything does happen, it's up to you to bail yourself out.
Hey, it's the newbie.
I have something for you. For you.
Not interested.
No loitering. Now move it. Something I can do for you? Sorry, but that's not the type of thing I can just hand over without proper authorization. Do you want to tell me what's going on? I'm not sure what kind of emergency would require me to hand over a security key card to a citizen. I thought I made myself clear. I'm not giving you my card. Yeah, okay, I get it. Here's the card. Just make sure you give it back when you're done.
Hey, you might
Save
want
it for
this.
someone who gives a damn.
You don't.
Hey there. Got that key card for me? I think of security the same way too, but don't let Dalton know I said that. Overall, not bad for a novice. I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better. Good. It's time for a change of pace. This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for 2 reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon.
So, I can't jump on stage and sing my heart out to ancient Earth music? Bummer. Okay. I'll be on my best behavior. See? Serious mode activated.
Exactly. And since you seem to be familiar with him, you probably know how much we don't like to upset him. If you haven't already heard the name Benjamin Bayou, you'd better get familiar. The man runs Neon and has ties to anything significant here, including Ryujin. The trade tower is his baby, and the Astra Lounge is the heart and soul. You do anything to scar that and make a scene, I guarantee it'll come back to haunt us. The assignment is pretty easy. Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd and Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails. Infinity Ltd is one of our aspiring competitors. They have products in several similar fields, ships and neuroamps being the exception. Quantum Synergies specializes in ship operating software. We don't consider them a major competitor since their product line is so narrow. If the two are meeting to work out a contract, that tells us Infinity must be looking to get into the ship business. And we'd like to delay that, if we can. That's what we're hoping for. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director, Zola Adisa, and their Financial Manager, Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points. I suppose I can give you a brief rundown. We'll start with Zola. Zola is a born and bred executive. It runs in the family, so she's highly accustomed to an upper-class lifestyle. She's a narcissist who's also obsessed with public perception, both of her and Quantum Synergies. She wants to be associated with the latest and greatest, so she's drawn to innovation and quality. She's considered it, but she's next in line to be CEO over at Quantum. If she came here, she'd have to deal with stiff competition. As for her talking points, the key things to remember are, Infinity is the cheap version of Ryujin. They're a follower, not a leader, and they lack any sense of clear vision. Infinity has struggled with leadership and turnover for a long time now. Lucas Drexler is probably the 5th CEO they've had in the past few years. Plus, it's hard to keep good employees when much better corporations who will pay more are out there. They've launched several, but none survive long. Nothing that would be as big as neuroamps or grav drives. That's why they've taken to just following whatever trends companies like Ryujin set. If they can't make money off ingenuity, they can certainly sell someone a cheaper version of a more expensive product they may want. Infinity Ltd's strategy to make money is to cut cost on quality. You can compare any one of our products to theirs and see it almost instantly. Low-grade synthetics, flimsy thin materials, high energy usage, they issue at least 1 or 2 recalls a year. Just remember, you can refer to the dossier at any time as a refresher. Now, on to Arthur Cruz. Arthur is a self-made man, and he prides himself on that. He's a full package, having both an extremely good knack for numbers and knowing how to talk to people. As Quantum Synergy's financial manager, he's all about driving profit with as little risk as possible. He makes decisions based on facts and heavily researched trends. It sounds like the two of you could really hit it off. Arthur's a great talker, but even the best can lose an audience when finance is the topic. Talking points for Arthur are aimed at steering him toward Ryujin over Infinity Ltd. Ryujin's profits are 25.7% higher than Infinity's, even with a superior quality product. Infinity's profits are fabricated. They're one audit away from ruin. We have a history of being financially secure that's never wavered, and we have the legal and marketing teams to handle anything that might threaten that. Quantum Synergies is the top name in ship OS. Their reputation has allowed them to keep the best engineers on their payroll. We can't deny that working with them would be beneficial for us, and Arthur is our best bet in making that happen. Besides, an open collaboration gives us easier access to information we'd otherwise have to find a more clever means of discovering. We keep an extremely close eye on our competition. Thanks to operatives like you, that information is almost always at our disposal. Sounds like you're ready then. I'd still highly recommend reading the dossiers though. Sometimes bullet-pointed statements can stick out in minds easier than conversation. Exactly. Those lines are most likely to sway Zola and Arthur away from Infinity, not to mention give them a gentle nudge in our direction. The Infinity Ltd rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting. If it's not on her person, it will be in the suite she has reserved. Suites are patrolled, so she'll believe it's secure. If you can't manage to get her room key or deal with the door itself, try Boone Morgan, the manager. Boone appreciates credits, if you know what I mean. We got lucky on that one. Nina was making some last-minute changes to it at her own home and happened to save it to her personal data storage. Of course, we were able to access it, so we fabricated our own with new figures and put it on an Infinity Ltd slate. Assuming she's using an Infinity Ltd slate is a bit of a gamble, but one we're willing to take. Whenever executives are faced with numbers that don't properly match up, any faith they may have had will falter. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge. Got it? Business executives aren't going to take advice from just anyone. Show up looking like an Ebbside street rat or mercenary for hire, and you're lucky if they'll even acknowledge you. If you think you can do better, you're welcome to it. I suppose I can even provide you with a small allowance. Just keep in mind, business attire is preferred, club attire would be second to help blend in. I bet you are. Just remember to keep a low profile. Don't let the Astral Lounge distract you too much.
What is it?
I hope I can wrap up this next assignment quick.
Hey, you might want this.
Cue for a cup of coffee.
Have your fun. Live your best life.
Just one.
I read an author.
I used to be an actuary. Now look at me.